free tertiary education. It's a difficult question because it's a question of economics as well. The way that the market is set up currently, we rely on an international market.
Well, what do you think about the idea that the major parties are slinging this skills shortage at us after they have deliberately defunded tertiary education at a governmental level, and then they're saying, oh, why can't we find more people that are more educated?
Right.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
In response to that, I would say that there are a number of, as a young person, there was a point where I was unemployed in the last 12 months. I found a lot of my friends who were also unemployed. We were extremely qualified, extremely, we had skills and experiences behind us, and yet we're still suffering. These age groups are finding it difficult to get jobs. I would want to find out where the skill shortage is.
Now you're obviously a part of Generation Y. You're 26 years old. I'm actually on the cusp of Gen X and Gen Y. So
1980.
79 actually. So I'm very conflicted about a whole range of different things. I am apathetic and I am also lazy. I think that's basically what the Gen X and Gen Y divide is. But I think it's important that people understand that Parliament is important. Now, you're standing for the seat of Melbourne.
Yeah.
Adam Bant is also gay, or at least that's my inference. I mean, my gaydar is like off the charts when that guy talks. I mean, I'm just... What about you?
Well.
Yeah, okay. So, look, whatever, man. Like, you sleep with the guy, sleep with the girl, that's fine. Consenting adults, whatever.
Absolutely.
What will the Australian Sex Party bring to federal Parliament as the member for Melbourne? I know. It's a bastard of a question, isn't it? Like, oh yeah, I'll be a candidate. What? Look, it's what do you bring to federal Parliament as the candidate for Melbourne, as the member for Melbourne? What do you bring?
Melbourne prides itself on a rich and vibrant artistic and cultural economy. And I run a small business in cultural consultancy, so I bring with me my arts and cultural policy experiences.
You could probably say that Melbourne is on the cutting edge of progressive liberalism in Australia, given that the two-party preferred is between Labor and the Greens, as opposed to Labor and Liberal, which all you dumb motherfuckers think is the most important thing in the world. So what is the Sex Party going to do differently from Labor and the Greens?
Oh, look, firstly, we differ because the Sex Party comes from a small business background.
That's the Eros Association, is that right?
That is correct. Our convener and our number one ticket in the Senate is Fiona Patten. But not only some of the candidates come from small business backgrounds as well. I think that unlike I'm going to say it. Unlike the Greens, we're not going to say one thing one day and change our minds the next, or whatever seems more popular at the time.
Ooh, that's very controversial.
Well, I'm going to say it because
what have they flip-flopped on lately? Gay marriage, abortion, euthanasia.
We did have Clive Hamilton running in the Higgins by-election, and for a left party, they were all about government intervention re the ISP filter. So I find they're a bit conflicted at times, that party.
Now, do you think that's more authoritarian and libertarian and not necessarily a capitalist v socialist kind of approach?
Sorry, can you repeat that question?
I'm saying that somebody that wants the internet filter implemented is probably more authoritarian than libertarian, rather than a capitalist v socialist approach. So, in other words, saying the free market can dominate all, or government should regulate industry.
Well, the Australian Sex Party believes in small government.
So very libertarian.
It is very. It's about civil liberties. You know, we don't come from a lobbying background. We're not leftists.
Hang on. I need to ask this question because you just said you don't come from a lobbying background, but the convener of the Australian Sex Party is a renowned lobbyist in Canberra working for the Eros Association. This is me being an asshole, by the way.
No. That may be true. But you know, I'm
me being an asshole, or Fiona Patton being the convener of the Sex Party? But
a little bit from box A, a little bit from box B.
Good. Okay, so let's move on. Water.
Yeah, it's a very topical issue at the moment. The Australian Sex Party would look at any policies that were introduced in the federal parliament from an informed perspective, which would be based on scientific evidence. This is not my realm of experience. I would rely on someone who is a water specialist to be able to inform me, to be able to make the right decision for or against the policy.
I'd just like to remind everybody that's listening on YouTube to harden the fuck up and increase or decrease your volume as appropriate. The final question I have for you is about Standing Order 50, which you may or may not be familiar with, so I'll introduce for you. It's something that I hold very dear to my heart and annoys the shit out of me. So Standing Order 50 is the requirement for both houses of Parliament to recite the Lord's Prayer before the sitting of each session of Parliament. Now, what do you think about that? Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. Please tell us what to do with our country.
Well, may I say that I do not know the Lord's Prayer.
Sorry, I'm a Catholic. It comes naturally to me. I'm very sorry.
I grew up Pentecostal, but that doesn't enter into that kind of religious realm. In saying that, though, I believe in a secular society, that we need to actually remove religion from politics.
How are you going to do that?
Well, for starters, there are a few mechanisms in place at the moment which are totally inadequate. I mean, we need to definitely review the tax exemption status of religion, because currently they are classified as charitable organisations. However, they are acting more like corporations. Particularly, there are some in particular in Sydney that I'm thinking of. We need to look at. I think there just needs to be some extra parameters set about what can and cannot be claimed under the Australian tax code.
Fantastic. Joel Murray, you'll be hearing from me soon. In a letter to the lecture, we're going to post this on YouTube. And if you have any comments, you can add them to bothkindsofpolitics.org. And really, look, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
Yeah, cheers. Thanks for grilling me. It's good.